Hey guys, how are you? In today's video, I want to look into the fight, flight, or freeze response. It's actually very, very common, and most people, mm, they don't know that they are doing that because it's not really talked about, I find. And people feel, okay, this person is just behaving like a child or something like this. But actually, this response is has maybe once saved you literally, or it has actually helped you to mm, to stay still alive. I mean, it's a survival mechanism that you are using when you find it difficult or you don't know how to handle. Now you can now say, okay, this comes from very, very early days. But you see, sometimes I'm also like, okay, maybe we don't have to go into the Pandora box and open everything up already. I believe sometimes we can go a little bit quicker and not do all the way. So in today's video, I want to bring you into the awareness that this may exist in your life. And I want to give you a few examples on how to uncover them and how you can actually spot those kind of reactions that may actually need a deeper look within before you can stop that kind of behavior. Now, if we are meeting the first time, hey there, my name is Patricia. I'm a life coach. And yeah, if you're new here, if we meet the first time, I'm so happy that you found this video, this channel. And if this video has given you any kind of positive outcomes, then give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to this channel so you get a weekly a video that will actually help you to look a little bit closer and eventually change your life from deep within. With this said, to all my other members, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. And thanks to you, I'm able to do all this work I'm doing currently. So thank you so much. With this said, let's start into this video. The reason why I come up with it is that there are many people who come to me and they're like, hey, my partner is having those kind of reactions when I start to really want a deep conversation. And they start to somehow bypass or just kind of freeze and don't react anymore. And I feel so lost because I don't really know what to do. And you see, I think that we need to look into first on what is happening on their side and find a little bit compassion before we go anywhere. So the fight, flight, or freeze response is something that we have deep within, and it's something that we used to do when we were kids. And yeah, many people are still doing it because, you know, sometimes we are not aware that we are doing it, and it's a mechanism that is pretty automatic. So you gotta be a little bit compassionate with the people who are doing that, who are actually freezing when you have difficult conversations, when people don't react in a adult kind of way, whatever that is for you. It's a response that is really, really in your body, and it's something that is coming online as soon as you feel life threatened. Okay, and for them, it's really literally that. It's about death. It's about I need to protect myself, and so the body will just take over. And to really heal that, you need to look really deeply within, and also there are other tools that you can do to really cleanse this, right? Because this is, once again, it's not something that you can only talk about, right? It's not something that, oh, I talk a little bit and then I will be okay, because the next time something comes up that your body feels, I need to protect, right? I need to protect you from this or that, it's immediately going online again and you're screwed. So it's not really working. I mean, I find that's not working. You got to talk about it, you got to be aware of it, but then you actually need to do some exercises, some tools, some energy work, some meditation on it to actually really cleanse this behavior style and to really cleanse this pain. Okay, it's in a pain that is in your body that is actually showing off here. And so it's not so much about that person is not adult-like and not behaving a certain way. It's really about that person is not or did not heal from that yet. Okay, and we all have this. So you got to remember yourself. When do you freeze? When do you run away? When do you do those behavior styles? When is it that your body is just like taking over and kind of protecting you and trying to help you survive? It's really a survival mechanism that goes online while you're not really even aware of that's happening, right? It's automatically protecting you or trying to protect you. Now, obviously, this is not the best strategy, right? If you're talking with someone and you feel threatened, then that's not really the best case scenario. But the thing is that you cannot really start with a serious talk when that person is actually inside dying because that person is so scared of something and feels like remembered of something maybe from the past, or there is some kind of behavior that is actually really worth to listen to it and to look into it. And so if we are not doing that, then we keep repeating something that we actually don't really want to, and that we may also not want to show our partners. This could also be in work or wherever, right? In private with a friend, or I mean, it doesn't need to be your partner, but we all have this inside of us. Now imagine this. As a child, what was your option to a threat, right? What was your option to something where you knew there is an adult screaming at you and, you know, let's go a little bit deeper. Let's say he has a knife. What is your response, right? I mean, as a child, you know this is dangerous, but can you actually really escape? Well, maybe not. And so what happens is really they talk about kind of leaving your body, right? In a really bigger sense, in a spiritual sense, if you may want to, where you are not there anymore. You're not present anymore in that moment. Your body takes over. So you are escaping kind of the reality because you cannot really face it. You are not capable to face it. When you start to look at this from really a deep aspect, right, then you see there's still some kind of is it gone? Yeah. When you really look deep at this, how many people have you met who are actually doing this? Many, right? Many. And so to point fingers at someone is not really helpful. But to be aware that we have done this in the past because of not so many options, right? We didn't know how to behave differently. Our options were limited. And to heal that, there is so many different practices that you can do. But first of all, you have to get present into the life threat, right? You have to get into the present moment right when it's happening. And you have to learn to sit there with that pain that comes along with it. And it's quite an exercise, actually. And this could even be something um, that you want to discover with a coach. So you don't really have to do something like this by yourself. So if you find yourself into situations where you're often in this scenario where you're just freezing, and it could be that you're actually uh, quite in a big position somewhere else, you know. Maybe this is more happening in a private scene where you feel that threat. And maybe you are at work, you are quite in a big position or in a high position where this is not even a topic. But when you are really, really honest to yourself, then you see what is happening, and you're quite. It's quite embarrassing, even, right, for some people that they have this behavior with them. And so, if you do need help, then yeah, book a coaching or go to a specialist who can help you. Doesn't need to be with me, it can be with anyone who is specialized in treating this, right? In having you direction or giving you another direction in how you can heal this. And so the number one thing here is really to stay present, even if it's super, super painful. And it will be painful because the pain that you experience is old, very, very old usually. I remember when I was working on this, it was very, very hard to move through it because it felt like I cannot move anymore and I'm stuck in my body while I feel that I'm dying from inside out. And it really literally feels like you are dying for real. So this is also why it's called a life threat, and why it's a survival tactic, right? Because your body really believes that this is the case. So staying present is key. And then you gotta go deep to the roots on why you're doing it. Why are you keeping this up? What is it giving to you? Are you maybe avoiding something? Are you trying to not have this conversation because X, Y, Z? Because you're afraid of being abandoned, that someone is taking their love away from you? Or what is it, right? This goes quite deep, right? So you gotta make sure that you are on spot here. But yeah, again, it's a difficult one. So give yourself time, and if you see that your partner or someone who is dealing with something like this, then be a little bit more compassionate and start to maybe speak up for them and raise some questions, and yeah, let them process these questions, give them time and space, and don't just step into their healing path because it's theirs and not yours. And so we have to really be understanding that, this healing path is something that is very, very personal. And because it's so personal, it also means that we cannot just step in and help them. They need to ask for that, unfortunately, because else it's not going to work. Okay? And with this said, I'm going to leave you here. I want to also let you know that this is actually something that we will discuss in our Woman Circle that is coming up in March, where we will have live calls. And these live calls are here to open you up, to heal, to transform, and to create the life that you really want to. And it's not something that lets a dream into it and, stay stuck in the dream. It's about getting real and really start to feel the life that you really want. But before that, we have to eventually dig deep into the person you are right now. We have to look into the basement, right? If you look into a house, if your basement sucks, then the top eventually is also not that beautiful. So we look into the basement first, and we will do this in a woman's circle only, simply because I feel this time is a good time to work with women only. And I have never done this with women only, to be honest. And I've not, I, a year ago, I would probably not have done this. So I'm quite excited because I was always like, yeah, I mean, why do we have to split these courses? But now I have to say that it is indeed a little bit different, and the energies and the way how women work is different than men, and so we have to split the group for now. So if you're interested, there is still a 10% discount on, and I believe it's for a couple more days, but then it's done and it goes back to the normal price. So if you want to take this chance, then now is your time to do so. And with this said, thank you so much for being here. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel eventually if you enjoyed my content. And yeah, I speak to you very, very soon. And until